I do not believe that the police are systemically racist. What I do believe is that from where the police originate, there is a culture of us versus them that leads to aggressive policing which focuses on certain groups. People argue all the time that the police force is made up of a melting pot of different people, which is true. The problem is, once you join the largest gang in the world, the police, much like the military, it does not matter the color of your skin. You are different. You are a cop. This belief originates within the military ranks where many cops first are brainwashed. In order to kill, you have to look at your enemy as animals, and the men of your unit, regardless of race, as family, as brothers. It is an us versus them mentality. Anyone who is not part of my unit is an enemy. It is simple brainwashing. It is these people love you, the people of your core, and these other people are subhuman animals that only want to kill you. My father served in Nam and my grandfather served in World War II. Both my father and grandfather warned me never to join the military. They both said the military is no place for a poor man's son. I also learned why enlisted men refer to the USA as the world while they are over in the war theater. The world is America, the place where children play in the streets, a place with ball games, with going out, dancing, etc. The war theater is like the Wild West, where a young kid is given an automatic weapon and can kill and pretty much do whatever he wants. In the world, there is laws and rules. In the war theater, it is survival of the fittest. So you have these kids who serve 2 or 3 deployments in the Wild West surrounded by death and battle. He sees his brothers injure and die, while this us versus them belief is deeply embedded into his mind as he serves. Once he is sent back to the world, he has PTSD, and now he is looking for a job. The job that most reminds him of where he has been, the brotherhood, is the police. The police are a mirror image of the military. They use the same ranks, they have uniforms, and they carry weapons, and they look at the streets as a war zone. Now the enemy, the subhumans, become the average citizens. The world, their home, now it is the war theater. The police officer has his unit, his rank, his weapons, but now he is back in the world. This can be hard for him to separate. While in the military, they are taught that everyone is a potential threat, every rock is an IED. But back in the world, it is peacetime. Some people are just drunk or fighting with their wife. Some are speeding, and at times some are dangerous. But in every situation, the police officer goes on regular patrol as if he is in a tank patrolling the streets in a war zone. More than 90% of the people that police officers will encounter will not even have any weapons. The person will have their body. The police officer will have a vest, machine gun, billy club, stun gun, and backup. Not very fair, to be honest. The cops will tell you that they are in a war zone, but statistics show that only 85 cops are killed on average per year by felony assault. 85 is horrible. But out of the billions of interactions they have with the public per year, this is so tiny of a fraction of the total interactions with the public that it's hard to even count. On the other hand, cops kill over 5,000 people every year. Do you see a difference? The majority of the public do not believe they're in a war zone, but the cops believe this. Cops are suffering from PTSD. They commit suicide on a higher average than other professions. They have problems with alcoholism on higher average. When you're constantly on guard believing that everyone is an enemy and everything is a danger, it makes perfect sense. I actually feel sorry for cops. It must be horrible to believe that only other cops are safe and everyone else on the street is an enemy. So I don't believe that cops are racist. I believe they are mentally deranged. They deserve counseling. They need help. But they are not helped. Most cops believe that they are doing good, but in reality, they are literally loaded guns driving down the road that can go off at any moment. It can be very simple. In the military, they are taught the strict rigors of class, rank, yes sir, no sir. But here in the world, it is much more casual. A cop can pull over a person for a simple traffic infraction, feel he is disrespected, and a person can end up dead. Cops hold the power of life and death in their hands with every interaction they have with the public. When you come in contact with a cop, you need to remember that in the cop's eyes, you are a subhuman enemy. In order to keep your life safe, move slowly, speak clearly, because the cop is just looking for a reason to kill you. It is like having dinner with a serial killer. Like that old saying, every cop is a criminal. So what is the solution? The solution is better treatment for men returning from the battlefield and the recruitment of these men into the police force. We need to shatter the blue wall of silence and weed out bad cops. Cops need to learn that every situation is not a life and death situation. I hear cops say all the time that they could die at any time on any shift. Well, I'm a nurse, and with COVID-19, I could say the same thing. But unlike the cops, my enemy is totally invisible, and I cannot shoot it or tase it. I just have a mask and some gloves. Every job is dangerous, but unlike the police, I do not look at the patients I serve as enemies. They are sick and need my help. Maybe cops should learn to think the same way.